Hi everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I'm sharing how I make barbecue chops in my Instant Pot. It's a really easy recipe and it gives the perfect chops in Instant Pot every single time. It tastes like a very slow cooked, delicious, tender meat. You can also use T-bone steak for this recipe, but it's made really quickly because of course we're using our Instant Pot. It's delicious. You can use a gravy with it. You can serve it with potatoes. I made my garlic potatoes with it. I linked the recipe for you guys as well to check, and you can see that how easily the meat is literally falling off the bone. So let's get started with the recipe, but before that, please do consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a big thumbs up. So the first thing I have here are loin chops. I'm using lamb loin chops. You can use beef or goat, whatever you like. And I washed it, cleaned it, and I let it drain. And then I have 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste that I rubbed all over the pieces. 2 tablespoons in total for 1 kg. And then I'm gonna let them sit for at least an hour or overnight. And now let's get to the marinade. It's really easy. I have about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You can use more or less depending on how sweet you want it to be. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sweet paprika and 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoons of red chili flakes. If you don't have sweet paprika, you can simply use 1 teaspoon, more or less depending on how hot you want it to be, of red chili powder and skip the red chili flakes. Then I added 1.5 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. If you don't have Italian seasoning, you can use any dry herb mix or even oregano. And if you have mustard powder, use 1 teaspoon of that. Or I'm using Dijon mustard. I have about 2 tablespoons here that I'm going to add to my mixture. 1.5 to 2 tablespoons. If you have Dijon, use 1.5. If it's a regular mustard, use 2. And all you have to do is make a paste of it. If you used powder, you might need a couple of tablespoons of water to turn it into a paste, or you can use it as a dry rub as well. And all you have to do now is rub this prepared marinade onto your pieces, and you have to let them sit for a couple of hours or overnight for best results. Just make sure that you cover all the pieces of your loin chops. Personally, I like to leave it in the fridge overnight so that all those flavors and the aroma can really embed into the meat. I also didn't add any salt, if you've noticed. That's because I am going to sear it towards the end, but that's an optional step. If you don't want to do it, you can add 1 teaspoon or to taste salt in your marinade, and you can skip the searing. Then lay it flat on the base of your Instant Pot. You don't want to overcrowd the pan. 8 pieces fit really perfectly. I'm using a 6-quart Instant Pot, so for me 6 to 8 pieces are perfect. To that I added about 3 tablespoons of water. You just want enough so that your bottom is covered. If you're using a bigger pot, you might need 1/4 cup. Just make sure that the bottom of your pan is covered. I'm not adding too much water because once the fat of the meat renders and it cooks, it's going to release a lot of moisture as well, and I don't want it super liquidy. And now put your Instant Pot to sealing mode, and I'm going to be using the meat/stew mode, and I'm going to pressure cook it for 46 minutes and then let the pressure release naturally, which is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. By that time, it should be perfectly cooked and the meat should be falling off the bones. You can have it right away, or if you want to add a little bit more flavor, which I like to do by just putting it on a pan with some butter, you can do that as well. But at this point, you can enjoy it. You can also pull apart the meat and make sliders with it. That's also a really good idea. It tastes really good. You can make barbecue lamb or beef or mutton sliders if you want to do that. And now what I'm going to do is for the glaze, I am going to stain my gravy because sometimes there's pieces left, some bones left, a little bit of ligaments that are left. So stain it and put your Instant Pot on saute mode. Stain the liquid, put it back in the Instant Pot and saute. Put the saute mode on. till it's thickened. And meanwhile, I'm gonna get done with my sides, which are the potatoes, my garlic potatoes. I'm gonna link it here for you as well. So while the gravy is thickening in the Instant Pot, my potatoes are cooking in the air fryer, I'm gonna quickly sear the pieces of the lion chops. All I'm using here is a tablespoon of butter and some sprigs of dried or fresh thyme, which are completely optional. And all you want to do is color and sizzle your lion chops on medium to medium low heat. And this is where I'm adding the salt. At this point, you can taste and see if it needs any more salt or spice or even sweetness. You can balance everything off when you're searing it. So just let them cook, let them brown up. Cook the chops till the desired level of brownness is achieved. Also, just be very careful while handling them. It's really tender and you can easily risk breaking them. So just be super gentle and toss them only once or twice if need be. And this is how gorgeous it looks right now, and I'm pretty sure my sides are also ready to go at this point. I love the sizzle that's happening right now. My kitchen smells amazing, and you can see how tender this piece of loin chops is. No force required, and it's gonna melt in the mouth. So my gravy is done. What you can do with the gravy is you can either toss all of your pieces into it right away so that all the pieces have equal amount of coating on top, or what you can do is you can add the gravy separately. Depends on how you like it. My kids generally, they don't like the gravy, so what I do is I keep it separate for those who want to add gravy, and those who don't want to add gravy can enjoy it as it is. But this is a really luscious, sweet and a little spicy sort of a gravy. You can adjust the salt in it too, but do it towards the end if you're going to do it, because as it thickens, the spice level, the sweetness and the salt, everything is gonna be multiplied tenfold. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this recipe. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you try it, if you recreate this, I love seeing the recreations you make on my Instagram page. It's by the same name. It's just the homemakerbaker_falakalik. So that was all for today. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. If you have any special requests, please do let me know as well. Until next time, the Homemaker Baker over and out.